Hey guys, what's going on? This is RJ Game News USA here, and I got a couple news stories for you. One's good, one not so good. Let's start with the good news. The good news is Mario Tennis Fever had a lot revealed at its gameplay overview trailer, and I'm actually getting really excited for this game when before I was pretty lukewarm about it, but now I'm really excited for Nintendo Switch 2's first big 2026 game. I watched the trailer myself, but AI right here is going to help me with going over some of the key aspects, at least remembering it wise. So if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe. So there's new Fever rackets, like there's Ice, there's Shadow, there's Pokey, that add special effects. There's the largest roster in series history, 38 characters. By the way, there's 30 Fever rackets as well. More on that in a second. There's various new modes, including Adventure Mode, Trial Towers, Mix-It-Up Mode, unique rules like Ring Shot and Forest Court Match, and you could also use the new Joy-Con 2 Swing Mode to play it kind of like Wii Tennis, and game share for local multiplayer. That's all good news. Let's dive into some of the more finer details. These Fever rackets, there's 30 unique Fever rackets that grant powers like freezing courts, summoning enemies, or causing visual confusion. They showed off several of these rackets in the trailer. I'm very happy that they're going to go ahead and do it where the rackets make the effects, because then you can play any character you want, but be able to mix up abilities with that character. So I enjoy that very much. Because your character, having your special ability tied to your character kind of sucks. But doing it from the standpoint of the racket, you could have a character that maybe moves faster or moves differently and have a Fever racket you want to use with that character and mix match combinations. Kind of like using different carts in Mario Kart with different drivers, right? There's 38 playable characters, by far the most in the series. The biggest roster ever, including Goomba, Nabbit, Baby Waluigi, and others, with options to mix them with the Fever rackets. Here's some good news. Adventure Mode. A single-player story where main characters are turned into babies and must relearn new skills. It's not going to be an extensive adventure mode necessarily, but it's going to be far better than what we got with Mario Tennis Aces. Mario Tennis Aces had a content problem. I always felt like and seen that the gameplay on that game was pretty solid, but it had a content problem. I think this game feels like it's going to be much better than Mario Tennis Aces because Fever has the Fever rackets. There's going to be wonder effects as well in this game. There seems like there's a bunch of modes in here, a bigger roster, and it's feature complete at launch with what seems like no plans to expand on this game. So this is like a completed full game, which I always appreciate in 2026. Even Nintendo has been bad about skimping on some content when it comes to like Switch 1 sports games, Mario sports games that is. There's new modes like Trial Towers, Challenge Ladder, Ring Shot Through the Rings, Forest Court Match, which is an expandable court, pinball match, and more. It seems like they just want you to have a whole bunch of different modes to play. You could also use the Joy-Con 2 for swinging, like Wii Tennis. We talked about that. There's Amiibo support, game share, and there's live commentary in tournament mode from the Talking Flower. Glad to see tournament mode making a return. I hope there's like rewards for playing as certain characters and winning tournaments or completing matches with certain rackets. I want to see what it looks like to complete challenges or whatnot beyond just doing the single player and playing people online. What's the grind for playing computers in tournament mode? What's going to keep me invested in playing this game more than a dozen hours, right? What's going to get me invested for 20, 30, 40, 50 hours even beyond just online multiplayer? That remains to be seen. They were kind of a little nip-tuck about exactly what the secondary level, like, hey, this is why you should play this game, is about. But other than that, we mostly got everything we need to know about this game. Probably going to see this before we get a Switch 2 Direct. So that's why they went ahead and dropped the overview trailer. So yeah, I'm excited for this game. Comes out like around the same time High on Life 2 comes out, so I'm going to have to double dip and buy both games. I just have to. One's for streaming and one's not. Unfortunately, I wish Nintendo would be able to let me stream their games. That would be great, but they don't have a built-in share feature into the Switch 2, so don't know what to tell you. But anyway, that's it for the good news story. Let's get to the bad news story, which is Anthem is shutting down. So this is an article from Vice.com. We will read and then discuss. Anthem, which over the years has become known as BioWare's biggest video game failure, is set to shut down on January 12, 2026, after about 7 years from the original 2019 launch. With the game going away for good, many players have been eager to play one last time, giving it a personal send-off. However, many of them have found they are unable to even do this, adding one last bout of disappointment adds to the big dark cloud that notoriously lingered over the Anthem IP all of this time. Gamers discover Anthem cannot be reinstalled. That sucks. People that want to do it one more time. With Anthem shutting down for good, many players who have previously spent time in the game have had the thought of returning one last time by playing one last time before the game shuts down. It can be a personal send-off for gamers before never being able to experience those worlds or characters again. However, it seems players who are interested in doing so for Anthem may not even be able to, as the game won't reinstall. That sucks. The exact situation involves players who clearly own the game, has shared in screenshots, even the Legion of Dawn edition on their EA app. However, upon attempting to re-download the title on the same platform, they received a pop-up message telling them that the download has failed because they do not own the item. Great job, EA, once again, showing why the all-digital future, the all-online future, sucks. I'm sure there's people that still play Anthem on the daily, and now they no longer can, and they don't allow a way for you to privatize servers or keep the game going. They just shut it down, act like you never owned it, and then never give you back your money. That part sucks. Why did Anthem fail to begin with? With some players have praised the flying mechanics for how fun they can be, this is about as far as positive feedback goes. After rocky development and an even rockier launch, the shutdown of Anthem is no surprise to anyone. In fact, it's more of a surprise the game has managed to last this long, with some having already presumed it to have died. I know I did. Or having completely forgotten about it at all. While it certainly had potential through some fun mechanics, Anthem was ultimately a blender of everything that could have possibly gone wrong in game development, resulting in a complete flop of a title. In just one more day, Anthem will officially be buried and noted as one of the first games to meet their end in 2026. And that's so sad to think about how games just end and they just die and then they go away forever and can never be replayed or experienced again by future generations who may want to, try it out. Like, for example, if I have a really bad game from older consoles, I could whip that shit out and I could go play it and show people and what kind of piece of shit the game was to begin with. Can't do that with Anthem. Can't do it with games like Concord. They gone. And personally, I did play some Anthem, and I can say it felt like just one of these free-to-play games again, where it felt like, well, this has the bones of what could be a good game, but it's just not good. It's not intriguing. It's not entertaining. It's not enthralling. It's not keeping my attention in an era where your attention is being sought after in so many places. So I salute Anthem. Thank you for your service, for the players that enjoyed it. I feel bad you're losing a game that you love, even if I didn't care for it. And with that, guys, that's going to be the end of the video today. Thank you for watching, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited for Mario Tennis Fever? And did you play Anthem, and are you sad to see it go? But for now, this is RJ signing out. Have a good one. Peace. I'm out.